Hey, what's going on everybody? George here once again with the Vitality Guru, helping and inspiring you to live a happier, healthier and more rewarding life. So in this video, I want to be talking to you about this whole concept of the new normal, and just want you to kind of think of what we're walking into, what we're allowing, what kind of society you and your children or your grandchildren or whatever are going to be moving into. Because I don't think many of us realise a lot of the changes that are coming into place now are there to stay. They're not here for the coronavirus. They're here as new measures of society. And what I mean by that is we've all seen the 2 metre social distancing stickers all over the floor. We've all seen the queues in supermarkets. It's 1 in, 1 out most places, and we've got to wait half an hour to run in and grab our shopping. Things like this are not going to disappear anytime soon. Things like this are bound to stay. You're going to be, wherever you go, there's going to be a 2 metre social distancing rule pretty much everywhere now. No matter where you go, whether it's restaurants, buses, shops, cinemas, supermarkets, there's going to be this 2 metre separate 1 in, 1 out follow the arrow nonsense. That is not going to go anywhere. As well, we're going to see masks are going to be required for you to go places. I think there's a theme park in America or somewhere there, you're forced to wear a mask if you want to go. Now, you can argue that's all well and good. Yes, people have viruses. It is not normal to be forced to cover your face and wear a mask. Now, some people religious, that's different. They've got reasons that they do it, and I get that, and I've got every bit of understanding of why they do that. That's not about them. But to wear face masks everywhere, builders face masks, surgeon face masks, fancy dress face masks as a mandatory thing is absolutely nonsense. There's nothing normal about that. To be forced to not go within 2 meters of a person outside of your household is not normal. How are people gonna make friends? How are people gonna have relationships? How are people gonna not become awfully socially awkward and alone in themselves? This is not normal. Really, it's not. And I know we're gonna keep calling it the new normal, the new normal, the new normal. It doesn't make it fucking normal. It makes it absolutely mental. And I just find it absolutely mind-boggling that no one actually seems to bother too much about this. That you're happy letting paper arrows dictate where you walk around a shop. That you're letting yellow and black tape strips tell you where to stand. That you're accepting that you have to have your face covered for really the sake of other people's health, although it's really not doing that much and will probably actually do you more damage through minor suffocations and lack of oxygen than it's actually going to do with people's coughing and all that nonsense. Again, it doesn't just stop there either. We've got new systems being set up all around the world to do different things. Here in the UK, we've got new surveillance cameras on our roads 24/7, not speed cameras, surveillance cameras. We've got 5G masks going up everywhere. Now, yeah, they are for the internet, I get that, but there's also a lot of conspiracy around them, which take it for what you wish. That's your own doing, do your own research, find your own conclusion. But that's a part of something. That's a part of a technological era of something new that I don't think a lot of people are actually going to like the way they think they're going to like. On top of that, we're going to see thermal imaging radars, thermal scanning as mandatory if you want to go into a restaurant, if you want to go into a theme park, if you want to go anywhere that's basically public, you're going to have yourself thermal scanned to check your body temperature to see if you're healthy and fit enough. If you're ill, you're going to be rejected, you're going to be discriminated from. And I don't, like, just don't get why we're okay with this. We're going to start to see a whole bunch of abnormal things being mandatory. We're going to see people forced to stay apart, people that are going to have real social anxiety, people that aren't able to go anywhere without being forced to wear basically fancy dress costumes, to be honest with you, because a lot of these masks people use aren't actually masks. They're face masks made for fancy dress and cosplay and all that stuff. We're going to have to be firmly scanned everywhere we go, and we can be rejected just by the hands of a computer beeping us no, and we have to take that as gospel, that we are going to be dictated by signs, by arrows on the floor, by computer systems, by surveillance cameras. This is basically going into a George Orwell 1984 state, and we're going to be dictated by signs, by tape, by cameras, by technology, by sensors, by radar, which is awful. It's actually such a humiliating state of submission that I don't actually understand why people can't grasp. Like, we're falling for it. We're falling for it really, really quickly. And if we don't do something about it soon, if we continue to let it continue, we're not gonna like our lives. We're gonna see all forms of different measures. I've mentioned, and I'll keep going over them. You're not gonna be able to go 2 meters within a person. You're not gonna be able to go anywhere without being on camera, without being thermal scanned, without being checked, without being censored, without being logged, without being put into a digital system that monitors and spies on you. Again, we're also seeing tracking apps into place for the sake of people's health that are probably going to be next to mandatory. We're also seeing pushes on vaccines, pushes on microchips. This isn't normal. This is basically fascism now. This is dictatorship. We are going really quickly into a totalitarian, authoritarian state. And for those of you that don't know what that is, that means that unless you're the one in charge or the ones in charge, you're at a loss. You're going to be at a real major loss. Everyone you know, your children, your family, your grandchildren, your parents, your grandparents, your friends, everyone you know is going to be at a loss. That's going to be dictated at the hands of someone who just wishes to control. That's what we're allowing. Now, before I end this, I want to actually show you a clip, a video that I found on Facebook, and I just want you to just watch it for a moment because it really should be a bit alarming to you.
If someone had said to you in December that by April, millions of people all over the world would be infected with a mysterious new virus that has no vaccine, you'd think they were talking about a Hollywood script. It's happened so fast, it almost doesn't seem real.
Coronavirus pandemic.
Coronavirus pandemic.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
The COVID-19 virus.
This horrible, invisible enemy.
The virus of the virus.
COVID-19.
The coronavirus.
COVID-19.
The apocalypse. Well, most of us have never lived through anything like this.
No one is immune. It threatens all of us.
We're going to a different place, which is a new normal.
A new normal.
A new normal.
A new normal.
Dinner where your temperature is checked before you walk in.
A new normal.
New normal.
Embrace the new normals of social distancing and sheltering in place, all the physical isolation.
The new normal.
The new normal?
When we get out of the new normal and get to a new normal.
The new normal? This is the new normal.
If you want to go to a restaurant, you're going to have your temperature taken before you're allowed inside to dine. So that's just the new normal.
The new normal.
This new normal is going to look very, very different.
Not normal, but a new normal.
Long lines for food becoming a new normal. The new normal.
New normal. There will be a new normal.
A new normal.
New normal.
A new normal.
The new normal.
A new normal.
This is the new normal.
This is our new normal.
Our new normal.
A new normal.
Our new normal.
New normal.
The new normal.
Our new normal.
We will transition into the new normal.
And this new normal is just the normal of future generations.
All of us should be able to name all the people we've been in close contact with over the last 2 weeks as a new normal.
Our new normal.
The new normal.
Our new normal.
our lives will never be the same.
The new normal.
This new normal.
I think everyone's life is completely disrupted. Your normal pattern of go to meetings, watch sports events.
And no normalcy as we knew it.
This is not going to go away anytime soon.
This will be the new normal until a vaccine is developed.
The vaccine.
Vaccine.
A vaccine.
The vaccine for this terrible virus.
An amazing vaccine to the entire world.
The world awaits a vaccine.
The vaccine.
The vaccines.
The thing that'll get us back is the vaccine.
Until we have a vaccine.
Zero tolerance. So every time we see a case, we basically pounce on it.
A vaccine.
The vaccine.
The vaccine.
The vaccine.
To all 7 billion people.
Almost every expert agrees a vaccine is the fastest way to get our world back.
It's so important to get not just hundreds of millions, but literally billions of those vaccines.
Legislative amendments that would make vaccinations mandatory for public school students unless they have a medical exemption.
The vaccine is the thing that will change things.
It's a vaccine. It's a vaccine. A
Vaccination.
A COVID-19 vaccine.
A vaccine.
Vaccine. Vaccine.
The vaccine is critical, very broad vaccination.
Vaccine.
The vaccine. The vaccine.
On the issue of the vaccine, which you've said in the past could take a year to 18 months, will we have to wait for a vaccine to hug our family and friends who are outside of our bubble?
A vaccine.
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 Who's a recovered person? Who's a vaccinated person? Because you don't want people moving around the world. So eventually there will be sort of this digital immunity proof that will help facilitate the global reopening up.
Zero tolerance.
The RFID microchip.
Apple and Google announced new technology that could help. Phones ping other phones around them with their location.
In Hangzhou, to enter a tower block, you need to have your temperature taken and registered. And you must have an app on your phone into which you input your name, temperature, recent travel and ID number. The information generates a color code. Our new normal.
A new normal.
Our new normal.
New normal.
The new normal.
Our new normal.
When you were talking about the phases, the semi-normal phase that you spoke of, that sounded like months and months of that. If a vaccine is still not until 2021, that's many, many months of this new normal.
That's right.
A new normal.
New normal.
A new normal.
The new norm.
A new normal.
This is the new normal.
This is our new normal.
An invisible enemy. Think of that.
Thank you.
We can't let this happen. We can't allow ourselves to walk into this. We can't allow people to walk over us, to dictate us like this. This is not normal. This is not remotely acceptable. This is absolute tyranny. And it is mental. It is not normal. It is absolutely abnormal. And we can't continue to try and brainwash ourselves with this whole new normal nonsense. Because it's not normal. There's nothing normal about this. It really isn't. And I sure as hell don't want to see this come out as a reality. I know a lot of people don't, and I think if a lot of people knew what was coming, they wouldn't too. Now, if you're working out that there's something going on here beyond this whole coronavirus, there's more to it, then please check out the mini-series that I've done. It's a 3-part documentary, possibly 4-part by the time this is uploaded, about what's going on right now, about all the things going on in the media that aren't on the mainstream, about all the things going through the United Nations and Parliament and governments that you're not being told about all the new laws, legislations and rules that are coming into place that you don't know about yet, that you'll be forced to learn about the hard way if you don't prepare yourselves or do anything about it. I highly suggest that you check those out. I'll leave the links in the description to part 1, part 2 and part 3 below. Please check them out. They are a bit lengthy, but honestly, they are worth it. They will inform you and they are worth sharing, in my opinion, not to be big-headed on my own content. But with all that being said, please just really take a good look at what's going on right now. Pay attention to what you're accepting as normal. Pay attention to what you think is acceptable, and are you prepared to live out the next 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years of that, only to get worse? If so, then cool. Leave this video, never watch it again. Probably don't need to watch any of my content. However, if you're not happy with it, if you don't agree with it, if you're actually realizing this ain't bloody normal, then maybe we can do something about it. Maybe together we can. Maybe there's still hope if enough people realize. Yeah, just take a good look at what's going on, because we are being bombarded with media, with programming, with brainwashing, propaganda, and we are distracted from what we are walking into, and we need to take our focus back and take our awareness back, take our own consciousness back, and to look at what's going on and to analyze this for ourselves. So, yeah, with all that being said, peace, much love, and I'll see you in the next video.